So Uber's gone, the job's finished, I'm no longer an Uber driver. So that's it, my friends, Uber has gone. No more Uber, I've been off the trade now for a little while. But what do I do now? What is my new job after Uber? Well, I sit in a home studio like this one. In fact, it is this one. So what do we do? Well, I am an audio book narrator and a voice-over artiste. Yes, my friends, I sit in that little studio all day long, reading scripts and sending off voice recordings to commercials and to voice commercials, explainer videos, YouTube videos, and anyone else who'll have me to voice anything they want me to voice. So here's a little example of what I do radio commercial wise.
Looking for the perfect pint? Come to the Hop Vine Real Ale Bar in Colwyn Bay. Craft ales, local brews and a warm, friendly atmosphere.
But the biggest thing I do is audio book narration. Now that sounds a little bit like this.
Sarah sat alone in the train carriage, absently twisting the silver ring on her finger. It had belonged to her grandmother, a simple band with a tiny sapphire.
So what is then audiobook narration and how do you get into it? Well, it's not difficult to get into, but what you do need, you need some audio equipment, a good quality microphone, a good quality mixer, and a quiet place to record. Because any sort of noise going around the sides of the room, any echo doesn't do it. So the biggest outlay you'll find for this is the equipment, because it can cost you a decent mixer, about 500 quid for a really good quality one. A decent microphone, about 150 quid for a good quality one. Then you need your audio software, which goes through your laptop. You need a decent well, you need an average laptop for that really. And also what you need as well is your software, and most software you have to pay for. You need a license for it. So you pay your license, it's about 70, 80 quid a year for your audio software. That means you can edit and you can mix and you can master all your sort of voices onto that when you send them off to prospective clients. So how different is doing this from doing Uber? Well, it's massively different because I work from home now. I sit in that little studio working from home, making my voice recordings. How hard is it to get work? Well, it's not easy to get work, I'll be honest. I use platforms. I use ACX platform, which is a audio platform for Audible. Books I narrate there will go to Audible, iTunes and other places like that. Also, I use Voice 123, which is a platform for voice over work too. Plus, I have a website for voice over work and networking, LinkedIn as well. You use LinkedIn now to get voice over work as well. So you have to market yourself and network yourself all the time. That never stops. You've got to keep, it's a self-employed job, so you're working for yourself. It's your own business too, like Uber really in many ways as well. Uber is your own business. You work on the platform, but again, you're a self-employed person. You're a self-employed cab driver, self-employed taxi driver, self-employed Uber driver, you're self-employed. This is the same, but only with this, the work has to generate yourself. You've got to go and get your work yourself. It doesn't come to you. But the platforms, ACX, Voices 123, help to get work, but like everything else, it doesn't fall on your lap. I have to go and audition. I have to sit and send off auditions to get jobs, voice jobs, which again, the competition is stiff in this game. The competition is stiff. How long will I do it for? Well, hopefully I'll do it now till I retire. And the more you do it, the better you get. I'm doing this pretty much from scratch as well. I know I've got a decent sounding voice, but there's a lot of work to do on the voice to make it absolutely bob on. So getting work for me now in the early stages of this job ain't easy, but it can be done, and I have got a little bit of work so far, but I need a lot more work to make it worthwhile. So what you do, you work, you audition a lot. I do a lot of auditions, and the most important thing of all is practice. I got to do so much practicing to get the voice to the levels they have to be at to do proper voice recordings. So that's what I do. That is my new job after leaving Uber. Will I ever go back to Uber? Nope, I won't. I won't go back to Uber, partly because I live in North Wales and I used to have to do a trek. As you know, if you watch the videos I've made, I have to do a trek from North Wales to Chester, Liverpool, Manchester every single day to make a living, and that was tiring. I did that for nearly 3 years and that was tiring, having previously lived in Manchester and before that living in Liverpool. So I was tired. I was tired of working, and also the platform's changed. The platform's really changed on Uber now. It's not how it was. It's not how it used to be. The best days I think are gone on Uber. I really do. And if you come into the platform and if you're a new Uber driver just starting out now on the platform, you may think it's good. And is it good now? Is it good now? Well, in my final year, really, I was struggling like mad just to keep myself on the road because motivation had dropped. Number one, because I've seen the way the jobs declined. I've seen the way Uber have declined, and Uber now, mass amount of drivers on the platform, and that ain't going to change anytime soon. Also, I was seeing the fares decrease, and decrease quite a lot as well. I did a job to London last November, and I did it from Formby to London, and the money was horrendous really. For what I did, for the time it took me to get there and back, the money wasn't good. It was under, was it 230 odd pounds, 230 odd pounds I think it was. I did a video on it I think down there, or I mentioned it down there a while ago, about the price it was, and it wasn't great. So going to London, it used to be £400 plus. It's not now. Your long distance jobs are dropped. Even your local work dropped. How many jobs I was doing before the end of I finished on Uber, jobs I was doing where a lot of them were below a tenner. Lots of them were below a tenner. And it just seemed to be, your wait between jobs seemed to be a bit longer too. It just seemed to change. Nothing seemed to be the same anymore, and that's probably the way the trade's gone. The trade has definitely altered, and the trade definitely is, for me anyway, it's not as good as it used to be. But I've done it for 27 years, so I've seen the great times and the good times and the bad times. But it was bad in 2019 on Uber when we had that big recession. The austerity came in. It was bad then. Not on Uber then, because Uber wasn't here then, was it? On the normal base companies, it was bad in 2019. But now in 2025, for me, Uber now, a thing of the past. I don't have a car now, which is, I will get a car, but I don't need a car right now. So I'm enjoying not driving, because working from home, as I do, don't need a motor, which is really quite good. So I save on fuel, insurance, and all the rest of it. So for the time being, I'm on public transport, which I quite enjoy. I quite enjoy being on the train. And the buses, a bit bumpy on the buses though, a bit loud on the buses too. But all in all, it's pretty okay. Right. On this channel next, Shift Videos. Lee is going Shift Videos, and he's going to be on the road giving you how Uber is in 2025. And also I'm going to be commenting on his videos too. Also a video coming up very soon is going to be the state of the trade. How the trade is altering now. Lee will be with me for that as we look at the trade altering in 2025. And will it get better? And Lee is looking to be an Uber driver now till he retires. So long-term Uber driver. Will it be good for him long-term? We'll look at that in the next video. Give this video a thumbs up. It is always good. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm off now to do some more voice recording. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.